Hello, it's Tamara Hunter, and I have a hat on. It's day number 186 of 365 Days of Awesome. Celebrate success through service. And I actually have one of my service heroes from day number 139, service hero 139, Joy. Thank you for being with me, Joy. Willett, we are going to be talking about a few things today that I'm very excited about. And I'm going to start here soon. Really, I'm going to have actually a show that's going to be revolving around the telethon that we had on Giving Tuesday, and Joy was a part of it. And thank you for that, and all of your support with the buddies. And Joy and was really kind to let me be a part of one of her classes. And so let's talk about what the class was. Joy, thank you for being here with me today, and kind of doing a little bit of a lot today in our Service Hero show, because sometimes that's the way it works when you're working in service, is that you are helping in such a way that you do it in teams. And when I am highlighting someone as a service hero, sometimes I'm going to be bringing them back because they're working with me in regards to a project and with our community. And that's what you've been doing, Joy. And I thank you so much for that. Want to talk about the class that I took with you. And I want to, and as we talk about it, I really want people to understand why I took it. And so that because sometimes I do believe that when you talk about certain classes or certifications, some people have stereotypical ideas of what they're for, and oftentimes they can be used in so many different ways. So I know I'm kind of circling around it, but I'm going to let you go into the basics of it. So that's why I haven't said what it is quite yet. So welcome, Joy. Welcome back to the Service Hero Show.
Thank you so much, Tamara. And you know what? You are amazing, and we just all applaud you. You are one of the most wonderful people on the planet, going out and really spreading the word for your chemo buddies and service heroes, and spotlighting everyone out there who's doing good works. And you are at the head of the helm. So we love you and we salute you too.
Well, thank you. You know, it's funny that you said salute, because I'm in a military way of thinking right now because of going up to Colorado Springs next week. And we'll talk about that in a few moments too. So, well, thank you very much. I was really privileged to spend some time with you and some other spectacular women this last month. And it was in regards to becoming a certified hypnotherapist. And that's something you've been certifying people in and working with for a number of years, correct?
Yes. I've been involved in hypnotherapy and hypnosis since the 1980s. And more recently, over the last 5 years, have been certifying people, because now I'm a trainer of it. At the same time, anyone can become a practitioner of it and go out and help people, whether it's your family, your friends, or you want to start a business, or you want to just incorporate it into hypnobirthing or relaxation, or people who are going through chemo for relaxation, for chemo treatments. The unconscious mind, or the subconscious, as most people like to call it, is running everything in our bodies and also our programs at a whopping, what do you remember what the whopping percentage is?
Oh, I want to figure out why the feedback situation. You're putting me on the spot here.
my newly certified. At any rate, it is between 10. It's running between 90 to 97%, and we're using our
Okay.
conscious
I know what
mind.
you were
Yes,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. That's what I was
right.
going.
I maybe didn't quite understand the question. Yes, of course, I know that one. I do have that one down. Um,
Yay.
between the conscious and the subconscious. Yeah, our conscious is right, exactly. And and I would like for people to understand, and if you will give me a little bit of time here, I want to just share a few slides or pictures with some people with why it is that I felt it was so important for me, because there's obvious, like you were saying, in hypnotherapy can help with chemotherapy, going through traumatic situations. And yes, our conscious brain and then the subconscious brain, and our bodies being robots, and the way we hear and the way we digest. I get that. And when I really sought to do this, it was because of this idea that when like, what am I doing? I'm building a community, a community of chemo buddies, that are out there, and they're teaming with others, and we're doing it in a digital platform, right? And so for me to not be aware, or the N. Okay, so for me to be aware, see, of my verbiage, and to be aware of how to use words, and so that they are healing. Because if we are saying, and if I am out there using a phrase, healing through connections, and yet my verbiage, that 3%, 97%, if my verbiage is not in alignment with what the movement is all about, there's going to be disconnect, correct?
Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And that
And
goes for anyone. I mean, our communication is paramount to everything. And not all of it is words, is it?
no. And that was another thing that was really interesting in reading the book that we were studying from, and then being immersed into the couple days that we spent together, because it was really an immersion type of, which I really love the way you teach, Joy, because of the fact that when you have an opportunity to be there with others, and be able to practice and see how your physical and the verbal, because we all learn in different ways. Yes, we all know that.
Yeah.
And then the fact that hypnotherapy is truly, when you look into the history of it, it makes absolute sense how and why so many people are going there, when it goes to even medical treatments now to help them, those that are involved and have been addicted to, let's say, the opiates, and then they are going through something that they need some help, and there are some alternative ways now of being able to help them without putting them in jeopardy of being addicted and into a place where they just don't want to go again. And I don't know that I truly understood the magnetism until we had an opportunity to really learn. And so thank you. And you said that I'm now certified, correct?
You are now a certified practitioner of hypnotherapy and hypnosis. Bravo! Yay, Tamara
Yay.
Hunter. Yay, look out. She's got the goods. She knows how to speak to your unconscious mind, right? To
Right.
affect beautiful change. Beautiful
And,
change.
and
Yay.
I will say this, that it was really interesting that because of the fact that many people know that I go out there. And in fact, it was even asked to me, okay, you're out there speaking, you're out there amongst others. How is your nonprofit? And I thought, well, that was a very good and interesting question. And I really had to think about that. And I thought, well, my nonprofit's message is getting out there because of the fact that I am getting out there. And I was with some influencers on Friday or Monday evening, and one of them that had been at the event I spoke at on Saturday actually came up, and she'd seen me speak before. She said, Tamara, what's the difference? You really were able to, in a very concise way, get your message across, and I heard it differently, and I thought, oh wow. Yeah, because it really, that was the reason that I wanted to take the class, was to be able to get the message out there in such a way that people are hearing it and it's absorbing. And when it absorbs down into the subconscious, that, that 97%, then there's much more of a chance that those people that need what the non-for-profit has to offer are going to remember it, because they'll be able to call it back. Because like you had shared, like the studies have shown, is that everything is stored in the the non-conscious mind, and we can pull it at any time. We can pull those memories from, even some say, before we were even born, right?
Absolutely. And the unconscious or the subconscious mind is like a recording machine. It records everything. So that's the beauty and the bane of it, as well as it's a wonderful blessing to learn how to unlock those secrets of communicating with that part of us that's running the body first off, and preserving the body. That's its primary function. So especially for people who are either working with people, assisting people in the healing arts, who are paramedics, who are nurses, dentists, and also people who want to also be in more control of assisting themselves, because we also learned a whole section on self-hypnosis, correct?
Right.
As well as pain control, weight optimization, letting go of negative habits like smoking, all of those things. It's just the tip of the iceberg, as well as you're going to be coming to my next training in March, though, right? For neuro-linguistic programming, timeline therapy, and another segment of a different kind of specialized hypnotherapy, right?
Right. Thank you. I absolutely am. And let me explain to everybody again why I feel that this is so important. Someone, we were both at Sammy Drezzi's event this last weekend, and one of my chemo buddies, because of all the work that you have been doing with them and Sammy has done with them, one of them was able to actually, one of his gifts to one of the chemo buddies was to have a timeline therapy session, and I had never seen it, and you and I have been really talking about it and kind of going there. We haven't completed it yet, and I have started to see how valuable that is for those of that are in the chemo buddy or the buddies network, our community, for us to be able to possibly even go back and track where things happened in our lives that possibly triggered our disease. In my case, when we were looking over things, it kind of it looked as though we may have even discovered where, in my case, it could have been triggered. And so if we are those of us in the community that are now considered, in remission, I'd like to think of us that we're champions that have now overcome, and we are, never to, go there again.
Exactly.
But for just healthy life in general, you need to be thinking in terms of being healthy. And then if you have these things that are in your past that possibly will reoccur or come back up because they haven't been dealt with, that could be a trigger to some of the things to reoccur. And I'm thinking, I am not going to allow myself to reoccur, if at all, and I learned a lot of stuff, okay. and when my buddy was able to go through the timeline therapy, it really was such an experience for her that she was like, you know what, this is going to make a huge difference in my future. And I can see the value of understanding this and being able to, and my thought is, if you're leading something, you need to understand it. And so I am thrilled to be coming and learning and understanding and seeing how we can create truly a buddies network that is healing through our connections. And again, put this back up here, because it's incredibly important. And so you're going to be having an event. It's going to be an immersion event again, right?
It's going to be a retreat style event. It's a fast track certification. You'll have 3 certifications within, it's from March 9th through the 16th, as well as you'll also be, get the coaching on how to start your practice. So it'll be NLP, timeline therapy, and hypnosis. And as well as I have another 3-day specific to hypnotherapy event in February coming up. That's February 8th, 9th, and 10th. And that is going to be, again, a wonderful intimate setting with people. Lunch will be served. And you're going to learn all of the ins and outs of how to communicate excellently with your unconscious mind also. All of these tools fit together so that a person can be in control first of themselves. They get to put their oxygen mask on first and then go and assist others. And they have those tools. The reason why we want to be certified in these is because we're working with people's minds. Mm-hmm. And the mind is a powerful thing. It's the next frontier, the mind and the heart. And you want to know that you're working with someone, even if it's with a family member or a friend, even if you're not getting paid for it, you want to know that you're doing it in the most professional and, ways of integrity. You need to know how to manage someone when you're leading them through these processes. And it's an absolute gift to give somebody back their sense of well-being, peace of mind, freedom from negative emotions or fear or anxiety, or PTSD and trauma. That's another whole avenue that these processes can work with expertly, and they're being used with wounded warrior programs in other nations. And it's such a gift to be able to help somebody shift something fast. These are so fast. And really, they should be learned by anybody who's a first responder, for anybody working with people, as well as they're used in corporations and CEOs and heads of state, actually. So everything is communication, always has been, always will. And one of the things that we like to say in the trainings, right? If you're not in charge of your mind, somebody else is.
Yes.
So, yes.
And that's extremely important too to understand. And in fact, I want to make sure. Oh, and by the way, okay, total disclosure, it was Hat Day, I guess, yesterday, and plus I've been really busy, guys. So hats. I don't usually wear a hat for something, but I wanted to at least acknowledge that. So Hat Day, thank you for mentioning all of that, because, when you had mentioned the fact that so many CEOs understand this, that there's not a lot of accident, if you will, that our political leaders, our CEOs, our head of this type of programming, those that starting a movement, and when you think about this, some people can say, oh, well, that, that's manipulative. And I actually am thinking exactly the opposite. It can be anything good can be used for good or bad, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But in my way of thinking, because I did a course for the group that I am a part of, Speakers Pathway Coalition, and my very first course that I've ever created, I actually created the power of speaking, and how, looking back on the case study of 10 powerful speeches that leaders of movements made pre-internet, computer days, some of them were, yes, TV was around, but some were before TV.
Absolutely.
And you think about, one of the case studies was Martin Luther King, another JFK, another, and then you had, some way back in the day, back in the Greek days, you had, Abraham Lincoln. You had so many that you can say, okay, like Abraham Lincoln, what was his favorite or famous address, that rallied, and still to this day people quote the Gettysburg Address. You think of Martin Luther King, you look and you put that. People are doing major studies to today on the I Have a Dream speech, and how that movement was huge. Gandhi is one of my favorites. And you just look at how people use their words, how they moved people to action, and then change the dynamics of how things are done. And with Chemo Buddies for Life, my nonprofit, I thought, okay, to be a good steward, an executive director, yes, I need to have it funded. Yes, I need to build it. Yes, I need to do all of that. But if you have no one there to serve, what are you doing? And the fact that this, like you were saying, leaders understand this. And first responders, I know we talked about, when you were on the show before, we talked about your fact that you are a first responder in with your credentials, correct?
Well, not so much a first well, okay.
In some situations.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I do carry my hypnotherapy card. I have, and I am a trainer of hypnosis, trainer of timeline therapy, and a trainer of NLP. Not a lot of people know what the NLP and timeline therapy really means. Everybody has heard about hypnosis, again, whether they think it's a great tool or not. Mm-hmm. When I have assisted in quite a few emergency and semi-emergency situations where I have had to go in and calm a situation down. The first thing I will say, I'm a hypnotherapist, and people back away and allow me to come in and assist. I am using the tools of hypnosis along with the tools of NLP, usually in these circumstances. And because there was a point in the early 2000s where I kept coming into these situations, I made a decision. I said, I've got to sharpen my tool belt, because I've been a practitioner of NLP since the early 90s, and I felt and 80s for hypnosis. So it's a long time that I've been working with these tools that work with the consciously with the unconscious mind. And so, yes, I always am there to assist. I'm also an ordained minister also for ceremonies, so I carry those two cards if I need to in an emergency situation. The beautiful thing about these tools is we have the tools to actually help out in a traumatic situation to help with people to get them to calm down and to go from, say, a hysterical place into a place of more calm. Or if somebody is, say, in a depressed state, to also bring them up. So I've worked with so many people on airplanes, mid-flight, with all sorts of things. I won't go into it because we're very careful, right, Tamara, about how we talk about things. So we just say there's been plenty of situations from wounded warriors experiencing PTSD on the plane next to me, to people with physical ailments, panic, anxiety, all sorts of things. So it is something that I feel really, really proud and good that I know these tools as well as my colleagues, because we know that we have the capacity to assist somebody when there's a trauma or something dramatic going on. And for Pete's sakes, we all know that there's plenty of things out there too that are happening in the world. And isn't it nice? Wouldn't it be nice to have that in your tool belt, your magic tool belt, to assist others, even if it's just right on the spot?
You know, absolutely. That's why my philosophy in this is that I have taken on the responsibility of building a nonprofit that is affecting people and helping people to decide to heal through the connections that they're creating. And that, you know, even the tagline that I had been using for so long, I didn't understand what I actually was out there saying and what the unconscious mind was hearing. I did not understand that. And so I have now been reframing the verbiage that we're using for the nonprofit, and so that it will, in a minute. Okay, so that it will start affecting people in the positive way that my heart and mind and soul, when this was created, saw. However, I didn't realize that I was working counterintuitively or counteracting with my words and the phrases that we chose to use. And I did not get an opportunity to actually share this at the event this last Saturday, and that was okay, because everything is perfect the way things happen, and it happened in its perfect timing. But I did get to say it with some individually, you know, and that was that. And I won't even use the taglines anymore because I don't want to, because I understand what I'm saying now. But however, I had this stuff out. And what I was going to do is use it as an object lesson because of the audience that was there. That it was like, okay, this is what I am learning by immersing myself into this type of a commitment of education, so that I can be that much more effective with my community. Thus, you know, really my goal, of course, and everybody knows it, and we're going there, is that we will be healing through connection, through the Buddies Network on a worldwide basis. And someday it will be like, wow, you were there at the beginning. Like the Martin Luther King people can say, you know, I was there in the beginning when we started that movement. You know, you can't go back too far. And some of the people that I highlighted in how people that were out there, through their words, through speeches can truly motivate and change the way things are done. And having this kind of knowledge, to me, and I can even see you as that person right there, because you were sharing, and you will be sharing in the next, you know, this next month, and then in March, you will be the one that will be sharing your message with people like myself and those that will join us. And then we will go out there and be that person, and we will be affecting others and be able to do it in a healthy way. And having that kind of knowledge of knowing it, I'm not going to go there and say, oh, I'm embarrassed now, because I'm not. You know, I started it, and I'm thrilled that I did, and the messaging is evolving, because that's
Oh,
one thing about a world, you know, and when you're continually growing and being educated, you evolve and you grow in to possibly becoming that leader, or, you know, creating that movement. And so, you know, I'm just thankful, that I'm grateful, thankful, grateful to Allison Larson. Thank you, Allison, for introducing us a while ago, and now I'm so ever so grateful for you becoming. You know, I see you as one of my mentors, Troy. You know, I've got, my mind is all over the place, and it's all in a good place, because of the fact that I I am grateful and I am excited about these skills. And I feel like a kid again, where I'm in school, and I loved school. So yeah, I'm a bit of a geek, guys, you know, and that's a good thing in my book, because I love to learn, and you're helping me learn, and learn ways of being able to help people that truly want to heal.
yes.
We have, and I don't want to ignore you, LLM. Good to see you.
There's
Good that you're
Lemuel.
here. Good to see you.
Oh,
I love you. Love you so
Dave,
much.
we love you.
Miss you. Miss you. Now, okay, so I know that you, because you're out there helping so many people, Joy, you have a practice yourself, right? You take people on, you help them to get through their blocks, you help them, like you're helping me to get out there, and I have to say, you help me in so many ways, because you also are, you remind me continually to, and I thank you so very much. In fact, I put it up here because you were talking about it, but I'm going to put it up again, that I actually created this post,
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
because of a discussion that we had, and
Yes.
self-care, and when you were saying you put on our you know,
Oxygen mask
yeah,
on first.
sure,
Then
right.
assistance. Yes.
And so, you know, because of this, and because of your heart, and because of your love and support of myself and our buddies, you were like, you know, Tamara, how can you serve people if you're not here to serve them and
Yeah.
take care of them? And it was right around the time I ended up then, you know, like having to go over and see some doctors at the hospital. And so I committed to you, and I did it the gone fishing, right?
Yes, that's perfect. I love it. It's a beautiful, that's a beautiful sign you made.
Oh,
Yay.
thank you.
It's
Thank you.
really cool. Yay. Yay.
And that's important for us, right? As and that is one of the things that you're really you're intuitive, and you have an ability to help people because of your heart, but also you are able to read situations and people. Is this a natural gift that you always had it?
Yes, I have. Actually, it's something that my mom's side of the family were very intuitive and clairvoyant, and so her whole side was they were, you know, they just had all these crazy things that they could tell and say and know about before things happened. And some of her family, our family members, have been studied at places like the Monroe Institute for psychic abilities and things like that. So that was my mom's side, including my mother. And uh, yeah, we have a lot of fun stories about that. And then my dad's side, my grandmother was very religious and from Norway, and my mom's side all from Finland. And my dad's side were very hardworking, homesteading people in northern Alberta. My grandfather was from Latvia, and my grandmother from Norway. So it was a nice combination of these family genetics, and so yes, I do have that ability, and I love, however, my passion, because remember, whatever I experience or feel about you is just my perception projection. That's NLP speak. So we always state that if we're giving information, that this is just coming from us. There's even an NLP thing. You say, this is my mind read, reject it if it doesn't apply. When you understand that someone else's unconscious mind is recording everything, as well as there's different ways that people accept suggestions, if they're authority or come off as this and that. We're very, very conscious and conscientious about how we present our material, or even what we feel, even our intuition. It might not be right for someone else. So we always want to make sure that it is given out of a spirit of, this is just coming from me, reject it if it doesn't apply, so that we respect someone else's model of the world and their free will to say, because I'm not going to say this is what's going to happen. That's, no. We're all sovereign beings. We all are magnificent beings, and we all have the ability to know what information is correct for us and what we want to be free from that, right?
Right.
So that's how I, work with that. And at the same time, when you're talking about learning these tools for you so that you can get out and get your message, remember, these are the tools that will help any speaker, anybody who has a message, and left and right, everyone seems to be out there with their message, and as well as how to influence properly and magically. And that goes from our words, our how we frame our talks. There's a whole wonderful, amazing ways that we can. We won't go into that now. That's part of the NLP training. And it's so amazing what you can even how you position yourself on stage, your symbols, that you use with your hands, your body language on stage, how you work the stage, how you anchor it. These are all secrets for being a powerful speaker to influence even more. And it's all about influence, isn't it? It's not about manipulation. It's about influence. Now, if somebody's manipulating and somebody wants to listen to that, that's their free will, right? Mm-hmm. At the same time, I believe that most people out there, especially those who are talking and getting their message out, they're coming from their hearts. And it's just a way to, hi, Renee, a way for people to be able to excellently and eloquently and gracefully and effortlessly communicate their message, whether it's going to be in 2 minutes, 1 minute, or an hour-long speech. And by the way, and we give thanks and praise to Martin Luther King Jr., whose birthday was yesterday. What an amazing man. And his I Have a Dream is one of the most remarkable speeches, I believe, that we have had in our last 100 years. It's been voted as such. So that particular speech, and you mentioned that quite a few times, is a prototype for the one of the most excellent speeches and influencing speeches. And when you learn these secrets of how to craft, NLP is the study of excellence, and how to work with all different levels of communication. And we're only using 7% as our words. So there's a lot more to understand how to frame things. Then you have those tools to go out and to work with your audiences to for your service heroes, for chemo buddies, for people to want to be part of your movement. And that's what makes all of these things so special. And whether you're working with wounded warriors or whether you're working with corporate, to change the cultures of corporations, or whether you're working with parents and teachers, and wherever your venue is, wherever your message is, whether you're a stay-at-home mother or a stay-at-home father, or you're in a position, a global positioning, these are all tools that can help you to become the most excellent person and communicator, because everything is communication. And Marshall McLuhan, who was a famous Canadian way back in the day, communication expert, he said the medium is the message. And it's about, we can all have a message. How do we put that out there? And your gift, my beautiful Tamara, if I might be able to say this online here with everybody on Facebook Live here, is that your authenticity, your heart shines through, and you can learn all these secrets and tools. However, always keep who you are, and most of us will always keep that beautiful, just pure woman who is out there to help others, to give selflessly, even when everything might be falling apart around you, that you are out there to give of yourself, to give up no matter what. You are a service hero. You are a veteran in this world, to make sure that somebody is going to be helped. And we love you for that. We love you, and I love you.
Wow. Well, thank you. Wow. Thank you for that. I know that you have only a few more moments with us, and I'm going to continue the show for a little longer once you do leave, because you are helping others. You're doing what you do. Why don't you do this, Joy? Tell us again, if someone is interested to have an opportunity like I've been so lucky to have, and that is to study with you, if they would be able to get here in February, what are the dates? It's going to be here in Southern California, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The excuse me. The dates for the upcoming 3 days, it's going to be a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's 10 to 5, those 3 days, February 8th, 9th, and 10th. And that is going to be here in Orange County. And just reach out to me, message me, private message me, or click below on the comments in here. Or you can call me 949-520-0095, or reach out to Tamara and she'll put you in touch with me.
Absolutely.
And then my upcoming NLP, timeline therapy, and hypnosis training in March 9th through the 16th will be retreat style also. At that one, there will be places for people to come stay. We're going to have a wonderful event where everybody can stay. We will be sharing meals. It will be a wonderful, very heart-filled and information-packed training. And the beauty of these trainings, as you know, Tamara, you get to experience the breakthroughs yourself. And so that week-long training, it is boom, boom, boom. You're experiencing every technique, and you're having your own personal breakthroughs, and you're going to have all of these tools as well as certifications to come out of it to go and help others in your world. No matter what you do with it, it's something that you're going to be able to either know how to work with yourself, right? Always work with yourself and clear yourself, as well as go on to assist others or in your corporate life too. And I also do my avatar by design breakthrough sessions. So if somebody's interested in and they need help and they're on the brink of some kind of major transition and they're not sure how to get from here to here, I will lead you through, it's approximately 7 hours breakthrough, and we can split that up. It's very intensive. We're using timeline therapy, specifically in NLP and some hypnosis, to get rid of all of those blocks, all that stuff, and then we redesign who you want to be quantumly. And that's a lot of fun. And then you have 3 months of follow-up laser coaching with me too. So
I want to ask you a question before you go. I'm sorry for the feedback issues, guys. One of my dear friends, Mikey Cohen, he just jumped in, and he just said something, and so I was thinking, I love sleeping over those kind of place, because that kind of immersion retreats. Now, your retreats, are they female only, male only, or can they be mixed? Will that
absolutely
work?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. The hypnosis is not a sleepover, guys. It's 10 to 5, and I serve lunch. That's 3 days of training and lots of fun. The 7 days is going to be a sleepover and food shared and meals provided. I think we'll do dinners. Everybody do dinner on their own, but we'll go out and do dinner somewhere at a restaurant. Or if somebody wants to stay and relax or study more, then they can do that. So, but however, lunch and breakfast will be served on the 7th day. And it just makes for a real cohesive and a lot of heartfelt sharings, networking, as well as practice together. And that it's like a retreat. So it's a retreat style training. And I like that model better than just the hotel, where you come in and you see each other in a big hotel room, and then you go to your hotel rooms or you go to your Airbnb. This way we're all together. So yes, very similar. Yeah, exactly what we experienced up there with Harold and Allison. And space will be somewhat limited. So if you are interested, get a hold of me sooner than later, as well as the March training. You will need to have your training materials in advance for prior to the workshop.
So can you in the comment area put all of your contact information in there so it's all easily found?
Yes.
And just to clarify, the retreat styled event that's going to be in March, that will be in Southern California also?
Yes, absolutely. That's going to be in Orange County.
Okay.
So that will be right here in Orange County, as well as the hypnosis training. Okay.
Well, awesome. Okay. Well, I know you need to go. I kept you 2 minutes over, and
that's okay. I've got my clients coming up. However, I feel energized talking with you as always, my darling. And congratulations again on becoming a certified practitioner of hypnosis. And we salute you for wanting to be the best person that you can be, so that you can help others more effectively and more eloquently and efficiently, darling. You're amazing. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
Guys, stay here with me. I'm not quite done, but I'm going to let Joy go because she had a time element. There's a couple more things I'm going to share, not take much more time. Thank you, Joy. I love you.
Love you too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
If you are anywhere close to Orange County and if you're at all interested, I suggest that, and if you haven't had this training, or even if you want a refresher and you've been through another course, but you just need to get a little bit more information, Joy has such a style of teaching that is exactly like her personality and her name. She's just very loving, with joyfulness and kindness. She has such a soft touch to her teaching that I suggest it very, very strongly. Thank you. Thank you, Renee. Thank you. I am kind of excited about it. You know, whenever you take a class and then you do your test, I don't know about you, but guys, I was like a major league student. I love school, and I hadn't been in it for a while, so it was like I really wanted to make sure that I passed it. I was so excited when she told me yes, I did. That was really made me happy. And Renee, thank you for your kind words. They are definitely appreciated. And guys, again, I'm wearing a hat. Couple of reasons. I've really been busy and didn't want to miss today because I had something to share, and I wanted to be able to do that. Let me bring that down. For some reason, it's you may be up there for a while because it's not letting me take you down. So anyway, I wanted to talk about this, and that is okay. I'm not sure. Let's do it this way. Hi, Mikey, and see if I can bring down. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Okay, so I want to talk about the event that's coming up this next week that I'm preparing for, and the Service Hero Show, and how it all ties in in the end to my nonprofit, because I've been asked a lot, and I am going to be having a show, and it might be before I go to Colorado, and if not, please forgive me. It will be right probably in the first week when I get back from Colorado, but definitely before too long into the month of February. I want to go over the results of the telethon that we had, the very first one, and then make an announcement for the second annual that I'm already working on, because in truth, you should be working on these type of big events a year before, and I've already started outlining it, getting people involved. I'm going to be going to our many of the business leaders. I'm joined the Chamber of Commerce in my general area, which is one of the more active chambers in the United States. So I'm really thrilled about it. Hello, Eric Zuley. Good to see you in the house. Service hero that you are. Amazing man, doing incredible things. Oh my gosh. And hats off to you for picking Chemo Buddies for Life to be one of the charities that you are aligning with, and there are other exceptional charities that are in this group that you've chosen. I'm so impressed, always am, everything you do, for the new Visa debit card that the Easy Way is getting out there and creating. And you're in the pre-launch situation now, so I know that people can start signing up. It's not quite ready, I believe, but it's in the pre-launch stage. So if by chance which I'm going to start really getting out there and encouraging people to check into this, because if you're spending the money anyway, if you can be making a difference and it's not going to change the outcome of what's happening out of your pocket, but there's a certain percentage that you are giving at that very moment to your favorite charity. Is that not an absolute win-win-win? And that is Eric Zuley and the Zuley Easy Way family, his father James Zuley, Dr. Dante Sears, they're all very much into helping philanthropically, and have been for a very long time, and have helped so many. And I am deeply humbled and extremely grateful that you have chosen Chemo Buddies for Life, a program designed to heal through connections. Those people that have been affected by cancer, and eventually our whole deal is going to be those people that have, and originally, but we had to kind of pare it down because it was just too big, the mission. But eventually it will be all those people that have been affected by life-changing health events. And yes, the pay debit card, yeah, give back, game changer, absolutely. Chemo Buddies for Life is our legal name, so that's why the Chemo Buddies, the numbers for, or the word for, FOR, spelled out, because that is our legal name. We are a legal nonprofit that is based out of California, recognized by the federal government, and we are out there not only in the United States but throughout the world. That, you know what, we've made our mark, and we are going to change the way things are done. We're kicking cancer to the curb and saying you are no longer in charge, and you are no longer going to take us hostage. You are out of here. We are, my language, okay, I'm hearing myself, but we are taking the control, and we are creating the champions. I'm hearing Queen, my friends. Okay, and that can break out in song. But if Eric Zuley was here right now, he would be, but it would be rapping. But I got a hat on. I just don't have an Easy Way family hat on right now. So, guys, I really, really wanted to explain again that when I go up, and anytime I speak on stage, anybody that's here and has seen me speak on stage knows that I am, however my message, whatever my message may be formulated for the particular group that I'm speaking to, it always revolves around, one way or another, Chemo Buddies for Life and the Service Heroes program, because Service Heroes was created to share with my buddies that there is so much good taking place out there. And so when I am up, and I am privileged to be in Colorado Springs, Colorado, for the Pathways for Vets Summit. That's going to be for 2 days. And now I was just a part of a call in the morning that it looks as though we're going to have a mastermind for speakers the day before on Friday. And if you're interested in that, please put it in the comments, because I'll be getting some of the information here soon. And we're already hearing that people might just fly in now for this because of the fact that it should be pretty spectacular. And I'm very excited about it. But however, my mission, even within the Speakers Pathway Coalition, they brought me in as one of only 10 of the executive training directors, of which 2 of them are the co-founders. So there's only 8 additional ones. And my whole mission was, they brought me in because they wanted someone to be able to speak to how to create a movement, how speaking really can change the world. And I completely believe it. And it is something that I am dedicated to, because I have a message that needs to change the world, that needs to change how things are done. We believe that to heal with a buddy, you will heal it much faster. The quality of your life and the longevity of your life can actually be affected. So let's get out there and affect it. If you want to know more about my nonprofit, I would love to be able to share with you. Contact me here. Do me a favor, if you're going to consider at all any kind of a give back program for this year, if that was part of your resolution for the 2019, is that you wanted to be a little bit more giving, you're grateful for things, and you feel that it's time to give back, consider this give back program, and consider making Chemo Buddies for Life the benefactor, because we are making a difference. We can socially prove it. We are out there, and the program that right now a few people are aware of that I'm getting together, putting together, that will be announced here very shortly for the second annual. It will sum up for the second annual Chemo Buddies or Service Heroes Telethon benefiting Chemo Buddies for Life. It's going to be great. And I want all of you to be a part of it. There's going to be so much that's going to be happening because in typical style, you'll be able to get your message out there just like we do with the Service Heroes program, and you'll be able to benefit a group of people that there is no one out there. They're truly, everybody in this world, one way or another, has been touched by cancer. One of the reasons for the hat, one of my dearest friends contacted me, and I mentioned it at the event on Saturday, and I spent a good period of time with this person, and I hear from people daily that they need a buddy. And this particular person needs a buddy, and I'm putting them together with a buddy to face a rare cancer. And it's never easy. It's never easy. But we have a program that's making a difference, and it's going to even make that much more of a difference in the fact that we now have people that are a team of people that are helping me, and we should be putting together our buddies site here very shortly and announcing that it's actually functioning and that we will not have to be putting our buddies together manually like we have been. So I'm so excited about that. I'm so grateful for those people that have come forward. There's so much good that's happening. But you know what? We can't sit on our hands in regards to this one, and nor will I ever, because the fact that every day I had it written on my hand to remind myself on Saturday, every day in 2018, over 1,700,000 people heard those 3 words in the United States. That's 1 year and in 1 country. Nearly 2 million people. So, is this a nonprofit that actually has a mission and can actually make a difference? Absolutely. So now you understand why I brought Joy on, why I was so excited about this education that I am getting, because I need to make sure that my message, my commitment to my community is that I will be as clear of as a speaker as humanly possible, yet I promise to keep my personality in there, because it is what it is, and you guys are going to get what you get. Sometimes, yes, yeah, I am who I am, right? And I'm very excited to be a part of groups like the Easy Way family. I am so grateful to be one of the executive training directors for Speakers Pathway Coalition. I am so grateful to be a speaker in the Speakers Coalition with Allison Larson and on her roster. Grateful to be in the Power Purpose Mastermind with Sherry Watson. I am grateful that so many groups have accepted me and invited me in so that we can, and that I can, have the tools to get out there and make a difference. And if anyone wants me on their stage, get a hold of me. I am looking. I am ready to be on the road again, and I want to speak in front of associations, corporations, anyone, because truly there is not one group out there that is not affected, that there is not one group out there that has been forgiven, or I'm trying to put this in a way that it would be correct, but anyway, there's not a group out there that hasn't been touched. And even if it's just to share the fact that there is hope, humor, hope, and heart, and that there's a new kid on the charity block, the movement block, and it's called Chemo Buddies for Life. We are not going to be leaving. We are here to stay, and we are making a difference. Join me. Join us. I am Tamara Hunter, and today I am closing out day number 186. Can you believe it, guys? We're over halfway done of 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. And I want to thank Joy Willett for the education that she is helping me to gain so that I can get clear in my communication to be able to help my buddies, because they are the most important to me. My nonprofit is the most important. And I am out here with this show to share with my buddies that there is a reason to continue. There is a reason to be a champion. There's a reason to go on with their life. And that is that there are so many good people that are there for them, that are joining me, that are making a difference. So that we do not, if someone needs a buddy, we are going to be there for them. That the most important thing they are finding in any type of healing is to be a part of a community, and to have a community that totally gets you, and that you can feel as though, man, I needed that person that understood, that understands, and that my family members and those people that love and care for me can have one too. Because, we're all in this together. We're going to lock hands in hand. We're going to lock arm in arm, and we're going to be heart to heart. And we are going to make a difference this year. Join me. I'm so glad that you are already, and those that haven't, please do. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.